weekend, but very excited to see Game 3. Somehow it did end up on Chozo. There is a like a veto system with then a choice between the last two, but in any case, the race is on.
Yep. And they're just going in the doors, doing the basic things. With a Chozo seed, the first item they will both be picking up is Morph Ball, guaranteed.
S- So, what do you think about the choice of going Chozo? I mean, it had to have been a choice between either Chozo and Major Minor or Chozo and Full. So, uh, I mean, do you think that favors either of these runners?
I'm not sure just yet. I'm not sure who chose what or who vetoed what because I did not see that
Hmm.
process.
Yeah. Initially, I would suggest that Sloaters would probably be favored in a Chozo seed. But game two was Chozo, and Cutie did beat him. So I feel like this is another case of anything can happen as far as what's going to go down in this race.
Okay, Aster is saying in chat that QD vetoed Major Minor and Sloters was the one that did choose Chozo, so
Oh, okay. That's an interesting veto. Um, but I dare say that makes sense with what I just was thinking, where Cutie did take the Chozo match, game two, and versus Sloaters, who took the Major Minor in game one. You either want to throw it completely into the wind and do full rando, or you want to do the one that you already beat him once at. So I like it. I like the thinking.
yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Also notice that the first Chozo item we saw was a pack of super missiles. That's very good to see pretty early.
Yeah, it's gonna make getting around a little less tricky. No spore spawn's gonna be required or anything like that. Well, yeah, you still don't know. So power bombs could be behind spore spawn, but um, spore spawn less likely to be required.
That's true. And because what we're gonna see, well, it depends on what we see up here too. Because
Yeah.
at Bomb Terizo, if we see bombs, they can check behind Spore Spawn just fine without needing to actually go to Spore Spawn. But I've been seeing a lot of Speed Booster and Screw Attack here lately.
Yeah, the Chozos are partial to that. I think there's only a pool of like four things that can be power bombs, speed booster, and screw. So, one out of four, or maybe there's a fifth one that I'm forgetting.
Oh,
Oh,
and Miltzer's Power Bomb, so no more miner
yeah,
hunting, it
we're gonna
looks like.
have the early power bombs. So as far as the Chozo goes, that kind of cancels out a lot of the trolliness that I usually see in Chozos, which are late power bombs or like super missiles behind Spore Spawn or a Gauntlet or something like that. So um, this is looking good for our runners so far.
Indeed. And with these Power Bombs, they will be able to check the 230 missile location.
Yep,
Another Chozo item. And
just
that
an E
is,
tank.
yeah, that is actually our first Chozo E-Tank, but they found two E-Tanks in minor locations earlier. But
Yep.
with these set of E-Tanks, I believe in the playoff logic, hell runs can be done now.
So they can be done, but Chozo they're still not logically required.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, these players, I'm sure they can do three tank runs. It's a little tight, but they can probably do. I think there's only one that maybe requires four. Not sure. Depends on what items they pick up on the way down. But yeah, so we're just seeing your kind of standard early game. The Chozos not too much option for meme routes or different things like that.
No.
Neither of these players choosing to do any kind of gauntlet check. That knowledge, not as valuable in this race, but you do never know on that one.
Yeah, and while they can technically check Gauntlet, they can't get out with their load up unless they get very lucky.
Yeah, yeah. So it would just be an info check, and with these two runners as quick as they've been, you don't want to lose time to that.
Right.
Oh wow.
Varia, wow.
Well,
So no hell runs then.
well, and yeah, this is definitely shaping up to be a seed. I mean, they got all the ammo up front. They got the Vari up front. Lots of E tanks. Dang.
Oh, another thing to keep in mind that this is boss rando, so while I think the first boss location they will check is where Kraid usually is, Kraid may or may not be there.
Yeah, I that's what we usually see, people checking that one on the way down. Um, I don't know how these top runners play it, but I almost feel like a dip in a Norfair before Kraid might be worth it. Um, because there's still a number of bosses that they can't actually beat. You know, Dragon they can't beat, Ridley they can't beat. So if they with the having the various suit, they can make a dip into
Yeah.
Norfair, clear out a bunch of majors, and then start hitting the bosses, finding out what's going on. You know what else they'll need, that sort of stuff.
Oh, it looks like they were both refilling on power bombs at the fire fleas to the left room over here.
Yep.
Because, good idea.
Yeah, with just a pack of five, um, this it's tricky anywhere.
Oh,
But
and
it
there's
looks
an.
like they,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like they both didn't need to, as the first miner is a pack of power bombs. So hindsight 2020 and all that. So you know, I know you watched the first two games, and you know you've been commentating the league and such. Did you have a pick for this series, Cuties versus Sloaters? Did you have a bracket?
I actually did not. I came
Okay.
in. There's grapple beam. Wow. So, I think the grapple beam tells them to go down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and as I was saying, I only came in commentating halfway through the league, so I didn't really get a feel for most of the runners yet. But judging
Okay.
from the first two races I saw from Sloters and a real cutie, like it's anybody's game here.
Okay.
I can't pick anybody.
I I know probably Sloters is favored, but after that second race Chozo with Cutie, I'm actually feeling Cutie in this round. Especially if you know, knowing the what Azure said about the choices, feel like it's a real smart play. And Cutie, you know, already farming those power bombs, like really making some smart plays at the beginning of this game. I am feeling Cutie for the win here tonight.
Yeah, we see Cutie taking a a bigger lead because Sloters is going to have to refill on super missiles to get out of Spore Spawn,
Hmm.
and Cutie does not have to do that.
I agree with you there, Polar Bear. You're just too darn adorable.
Actually,
All right.
Sloters got two super missiles right away, but we'll need one more to continue.
Yeah. And Cutie going up.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well, Cutie can check. I would I would probably guess Cutie saves at the save room in this room coming up, and checks the boss at Fantoon.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. We have to not forget that it is Boss Rando, and so a lot of players in Boss Rando don't choose to go up because if Fantoon's not vanilla, then um, the ship is basically just completely closed off. Now, he could be making the play to go straight back down. Some people do check the alpha PBs and then head all the way back down. But I really hope that Cutie is not heading for ship.
Looks like
And
Sloters is going up too.
yeah, No, but yeah, Cutie is not going to ship, so that's the smart play, I feel like, and so they are just getting through their ammo or their major item hunts here. It's a little sometimes hard to remember that Alpha PBs is now a major, where it's been a minor for so long.
Yeah, but it's a good check, and
So Slutters is having a little bit of trouble with the Alpha PB room there. Something I wouldn't normally expect from him. Hopefully he settles down and gets into the groove here. So we are getting into the meat of the checks here, though. About to see the X-ray, uh, and Spacer at X-ray,
Spacer.
and Cutie's gonna skip it. Hmm. I don't know
Yeah,
that I
Spacer.
necessarily agree with that one.
There's been many times where picking up Spacer has just been, well, in the reverse, where they pick up Plasma first and then accidentally picking up Spacer. So,
Yeah, and I mean honestly, in the first two games of this series, Cutie picked it up twice and then picked up Plasma like almost immediately after. So I get where he's coming from, but I don't know. I feel like this is game three. Maybe pick that up because I mean now you're really banking on Plasma somewhere. And what if it's Exactal? I mean, you just never know.
nope. And I believe that's our second Chozo E-Tank. So I think the miners we've seen so far are two E-Tanks, a Power Bomb, and Super Missiles. I don't think we've seen Chozo missiles yet.
Yeah, no Chozo missiles yet. Slaughter's also choosing to skip Spazer. That one doesn't surprise me as much. But uh, you know, these are both playoff runners, so they're probably making the right choice, and I'm probably just talking rubbish.
Oh, Cutie opened up the tube on his way back up, his way towards Kraid room. Uh,
Yep.
Now this is a problem I've seen before. Luckily, Cutie has enough power bombs and Sloaters does, but I've seen runners save at this save room without the power bombs to get back out.
Yep. Yeah, it's not. You don't usually have a save here. Boss Rando's like pretty much one of the only times, and so that does come up, and it's a bad day.
Yeah. Luckily, I think two power bombs is enough to get out of this room, and pending that none drop from the boss here, can get right back out.
Yeah. Yep. So we're about to get our first inkling as to whether this is going to be a weird one or not. Looks
Oh,
vanilla. Jeez. Well, that's
well,
boring.
yeah, boring and lucky.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure the runners are happy about that. But I was half hoping with the early Various suit that we'd see some Ridley there and someone try and do its super low ammo. I don't
There's
know if 10.
gravity.
Oh
Oh my
wow.
goodness. So, I think the only boss they can't kill is Ridley because of ammo.
Yeah, and I guess this is going to be one of those jet seeds as people were predicting.
So yeah, I imagine Cutie goes right down to Lower Norfair, checking Norfair stuff along the way.
Yeah, I mean they're both on a Norfair route. There's plenty of items there and miners if they have to get them to get their ammo up. So yeah, this is they are they're well on their way already. I mean,
Yeah,
there's pretty much just Ridley who I mean the ammo would be tight, possibly impossible. Not 100% sure, but there is worst room in the game. They still you can't forget about.
Oh
You do
yeah.
need something for that. Any number of items that they'll find in um, Norfair here will help them out. So yeah, I don't think this is going to take very long at all.
Well, I guess we're gonna see what items Upper Norfair holds.
Yeah, and yeah, the Cutie here definitely opening up a sizable lead, and not by skipping any checks. Has great ammo. The same items. Hasn't skipped anything check wise. So
Yeah, yeah, they both have the same exact loadout.
yeah,
One thing I did note from earlier today, I did see Cutie practicing or doing 100% runs, so 100% runs are very good for movement possibilities,
Hmm,
depending on where
okay,
items can be. I see another high five between Sloaters and Cutie.
yeah, definitely. So, Cutie, checking the next item here. Using the X-ray to do the intended method. Just seeing an E-tank. Not worth it for him.
Oh, but more super missiles up here too.
Yeah, this super count is looking really good now. I actually think just with ammo, they can pretty much beat every boss they need to, right?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
maybe
So
because it's like 6 missiles, so yeah, that's enough.
yeah, so the only thing blocking them at the moment is something for Worst Room and something for Meridia. And there are plenty of options left in the pool here. So
Yeah, we'll
um,
probably see a lot of minor checks on the way, like Cathedral coming up here. Yep.
yeah, and as we saw from game one, Sloaters can definitely Crystal Flash clip, which was awesome to see in a match. And Cutie can spring ball jump like a boss. So um, both of them, they just need something.
Okay. Also, if I'm not mistaken, is Worst Room also technically possible without high jump? It's just extremely difficult.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, these wall jumps that Cutie's doing right now look pretty impossible to me. But I don't think Worst Room is even like, I mean, unless you're talking TAS, I don't think it's possible without high jump. If you're talking like just what they have right now.
Okay. Tracy in chat is saying
Oh,
Sloaters can do it in a race.
oh, okay. Well, never mind.
So that might be a thing if we don't see high jump or spring ball or even regular bombs.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Could this be freer?
Well, yeah, I guess so. That puts Croc in logic.
Yeah. I mean, that puts I mean, as near as makes no difference for these runners. I mean, that's almost. I mean, I guess for Sloaters, that's go mode, according to people in the chat who think he can do those wall jumps and stuff and all that. So, um, I mean, I don't know if I'd consider that full
Yeah.
go mode or what, but
I think for a Sloaters mode, it would need one more
yeah.
pack of power bombs for Crystal Flash.
Oh yeah, true. He's still low on one. So does this very straightforward set of items favor either of these runners then? I mean, I feel like Slotus is the better any percent times, but
Well,
there's still a
judging
number
from
of
how far Cutie's ahead, it's like,
yeah. If Cutie's been practicing the hundo strats, I mean, you don't always see same items here. Oh, well, I'm wrong. Again, sorry. Cutie has the better any percent time. Okay.
And yeah, it looks like Cutie is going down to Lower Norfair.
Wow. Okay. One of these days I'll have to actually open up the any percent times before I start talking about them. But in any case, yeah, Cutie's already heading into the lava dive. And this is high jumpless, so this is not trivial. Um, looks like Cutie gets it first try, though.
Yeah, it's deceptively hard at first, knowing when to usually pause before you do the input for the jump for the gravity jump, but it's fairly easy to do once you've learned it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see Sloaters there getting real low, having to do an extra wall jump. So not that easy.
And yeah, Cutie's just going right. I don't think Cutie can get out of Gold Terrezo.
Yeah, not unless the item there is something that can help them out. So yeah, here's worst room in the game. I guess let's watch and learn. Oh my.
Oh, wow.
All right, so Cutie, what was that, like third try? I mean, this is insane right here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I hadn't seen that before.
Sloater's going for it too. Sloater's having a little bit more trouble with it than Cutie, so
Oh, there we go.
taking a few extra seconds, but both of them getting it. Dang.
Yeah, I'd call that a commentator's reverse curse.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that was crazy. This game 3, man. Get hyped for it.
Yeah, it's living up to my expectation. Oh no.
So game 2 had the or game 1 had the Crystal Flash clip. Cutie showed off some spectacular spring balls in 2, and now we're getting wall jump.
Cutie's farming power bombs, and Sloaters doesn't need to.
Oh man, that's kind of a bummer.
So now Sloaters is taking the lead. Wow.
Yeah, that's really. I feel like Cutie had opened up a good lead too, and then just a little bit of powerbomb issues and how quickly it swings. But several of the other races definitely had some back and forth, and
Yeah, and with 10 power bomb packs, they will be able to get right back out. With 5, it would be a problem.
yeah, well,
I think it would actually be a soft lock if no power bombs dropped. Well, actually, no, it would be a soft lock.
Cutie's
Getting
gonna
down
have to
to
make
this
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cutie's gonna have to make sure to farm again because he is still super low on power bombs.
Luckily, up here, there's a bunch of these bald dudes that drop them.
Yeah.
I'm sure chat's going to tell me what their name is after calling them that.
Chat's on the ball tonight, but
On the ball. Violas. And they're both farming, using the farm beam in the same location.
yeah, and if it does come down to drop randomization, We know that Cutie had the luck yesterday, or in game two, but Sloaters finds Dragon, and that was pretty risky actually, because he he didn't have the ammo to beat Ridley, did he?
I guess not. Oh, another thing about this, finding Dragon here means they don't need ice or speed to get to Dragon.
Oh, nice. That is true. They don't need ice or speed to get to Dragon, and they already did all of Lower Norfair, so they are, what, full go mode?
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh wow, and another thing, that was a quick grapple kill, and Cutie's going with the ammo kill.
Yeah, not getting it. Having to have Dragon come around for another couple of swoops. That's really unfortunate. I'm not 100% sure why Cutie would go for the ammo kill there. I mean, that quick grapple kill is fast.
Yeah. But I think Soders is probably going to farm a bit of power bombs here. I think 7 is enough to get out, but actually with finding Spring Ball, 7 is way more than enough to get out.
Yeah, he's hitting one or two of those guys, but yeah, already up to 10 power bombs and probably having more ammo than he needs as far as I've
Yeah.
seen him play. So yeah, unfortunately, Sloaters is gonna have an easy exit here. Cutie is still a little low, but not bad for them either. Man, so this race is going to be super close again, just like the first two.
Yeah. I think the
And
only item they would both want to see is ice to make the Metroids a bit faster.
yeah, but I don't even know. I mean, they did check after Dragon, but it seems like they're really not looking to check too many other items. I wouldn't be too surprised if really the only other thing they checked was like after Ridley and um, I don't know, maybe right side supers and wreck ship. Like
Well,
that
I guess we'll
one's
have to see.
yeah, I mean, that one takes a little bit of time. Well, I guess yeah, I mean, they've got wave. Slaughter's up to 15 power bombs now, so
Cutie having a little trouble navigating up this room.
yeah, Cutie had a great early game, but um, this Lower Norfair after those wall jumps seems to be I don't know, it just seems out of the element a little bit. You see, even there, turning towards where we know power bombs were, and then choosing not to check them. That's really unfortunate there.
Oh yeah, we did see these rooms checked already, so yeah, I think both Floaters and Acuity are just going straight up to Meridia now.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course for the playoffs for game 3 of this match, I mean this is top level play. Just minimum items, charge, wave. Well, I guess we didn't see suitless, but
No,
that dreamless seems to always be dying for me now.
but it's always nice to see a fast seed too. Oh, Cutie's refilling here.
Yeah, with
I
wave, Cutie can take the frog speedway. Slaughter's maybe forgot, or I don't know. It's not something that happens a whole lot. Oh, never
Going
mind.
towards Croc.
Wow, that's
Interesting.
very interesting. I thought Cutie was on the same tear that Slaughters was on, but this is happening. We're seeing some Croc.
Oh, just taking
Or
Croc
just
Escape,
crack
it
escape?
seems. I think maybe you need Spacer as well to do the Speedway Escape. I'm not sure.
I guess we're,
I know Wave is part of it.
yeah, I don't think this escape is faster. Uh, yeah, I think Cutie. I don't know what happened to Cutie, but he's having a little trouble here with
Yeah.
these.
And the route that Sloaters has taken, it may look like he's going to Shack Tool, but he's actually going up the green vertical door.
Don't dash my hopes and dreams, man.
Sorry, I gotta. I think without high jump, well, I guess
Yeah, I
there's
don't
an
know
X-ray
what's
climb.
after worst room. I mean, I don't know these two. I mean, they could probably make it work. Spring ball jump. Yeah, you can spring ball jump through that hole. It's only like super
Yeah.
precise. So I'm sure they could have done it.
Oh, and I thought for 1 second about Plasma Check, but then I realized Plasma is... You need something else to get out of Plasma.
If it's not plasma, yeah.
Yeah. Looks like Cutie is not going to Meridia.
Um,
Notice that.
huh. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Cutie. He was doing so well. He had a huge lead. Well, not huge, but huge for this match. And now going to wreck ship.
Yeah, I can't... I don't know if Cutie thinks he can get to Meridia with the killing Dragon early.
Yeah, maybe he is thinking that he would have to crystal flash clip and doesn't want to, or doesn't have the ammo for that technically. So
Yeah. Oh.
he has to do this.
We see Sloaters going to new Sloaters refill.
Wow, and yeah, what is... All right, well, I think that we're about to see Ridley, right? Or is this Fantoon? Oh, it's Fantoon. Okay.
Oh, that's... Well, I mean, Cutie can
That's
still kill Ridley, but it's...
well, that's I mean, that's
Yeah.
the worst possible setup for Cutie. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that anything can happen in Super Metro, but he can't get any item. Well, he can get the item after Ridley, but he can't get any other items out of Wreck Ship, and so we know that he
Yeah.
just made the wrong choice.
I think we saw Sloaters going for an X Factor there, too.
Yeah, he got it. It was cool.
Very, very clean fight. And now this setup here is very deceptive because they look like they're in the same place, but Cutie's actually going down to Ridley now.
Yeah, yeah. And Cutie gonna do some X Factoring on Ridley. Gets the first one. Looks like he missed the second. Gonna have to fall back on the ammo. Yeah, so I mean, unless something magical is behind Ridley, Sloaters has just opened up a huge lead. Oof.
Yeah, because Sloaters is going straight up to Ridley right now.
Yeah.
And
Wow, that
I don't know
pogo.
what to say.
That pogo though. Cutie just pumped all of the missiles in one pogo and supers.
Also, another note to this says that we didn't see a bot Toon fight from Sloaters, so... Well, there's Plasma, though.
Plasma. Yeah, I don't think that changes anything.
And if anything, that probably helps Sloaters quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he checks it.
Yeah, I mean that really only changes anything if Sloaters doesn't check it, and even then, well, no, I mean with Charge Wave versus Charge Wave Plasma, that is going to be a significantly longer fight. So, yeah, I mean, it would have to be Sloaters would have to not check that for this. this. I don't think he's not going to check that. He checked after Dragon. He checked after Crate and all. Well, he always check everything. But yeah.
They're saying in chat, Wave is 120 shot and Wave Plasma is 24 shots. That's quite significant. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be more than a minute difference. And now I'm sure they'll correct me that I'm exactly wrong again. But look at that sweet grapple jump from Sloaters. Bouncing through that door.
I think we're going to be just in time to see a elevator high five. Or not? Oh, Sloaters just dropping down a bit.
Yeah, he just wanted extra super before he skips the ship. Hopefully he remembers to do Fantoon, though.
Oh, yeah, because Rex ship will be active, yeah.
Yeah, because a Fantoon, or technically Ridley skip here, would be disastrous. But yeah, Sloaters remembering, heading over to the ship. Oh, Cutie's so far behind at this point. It's a real shame.
I'm wondering if Cutie knows that the doors are open.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened with Cutie, but it just after Norfair, it just seemed like he was off.
Oh yeah, looks like Sloaters is checking some more miners.
Yeah, where's Cutie going? Is this the right way?
I think so. Oh, speed booster. So
Dang.
that's Zeb skip then.
Well, Zeb skip and faster escape and basically nail in the coffin here for Cutie. Just I think Cutie might. No, this is right. Okay, that's right.
And I'm not sure if in the logic that using these doors is required. If not, I think something has to be at Croc. Probably ice at this point. That's what I would bet right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so few items. I'm not even sure what the logic is at this point. We didn't see a lot of missiles, Chozos, so yeah, I don't know where they are at this point. Sloaters is using a lot of charge shots on Ridley. I mean, not that he's not getting great pogos and just going to town there, but yeah, this is a significantly slower fight using all the charge shots. So
I think must be waiting to turn red in order to use the rest of the super missiles.
Yeah.
And on a side note about what I was saying earlier, Wish, who I believe is a dev for this, correct me if I'm wrong, has said that the gates can be required.
The gates?
The silver gates that Dragon holds. I forget what they're called.
Huh?
The locked gates that Dragon has in order to get to Dragon. Oh, and that's just a good fight from Sloaters there.
Yeah.
Doors. Not gates, they're not gates.
Oh, the doors, yeah.
What am I talking about?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Sloaters picks up plasma too. Yeah, that this logic does build in so that in the boss rando, your only way in could be basically that reverse. Normally doors that would be locked by Dragon. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a nice X-ray kill, so Well, it looks like Sloaters is leaving the room that Cutie should be leaving out of soon.
Yeah, anyone just joining, you're about to get baited and possibly disappointed at this one not being so close. Mm.
Ooh, Ocean Spark.
Yeah, starting through the door too. Hmm. So yeah, unfortunately, looks like Sloaters was the safe bet there.
Ooh. Another thing of note is that Cutie also still only has 10 power bombs, while Sloaters has 15.
Yeah, I mean,
I
as you
mean,
saw
it worked.
yesterday,
Yeah. It
yeah,
worked
you
out for
can't,
Cutie last time, so.
can't be bothered with correct amounts of power bombs. Just get lucky and get the drops. Slurs actually did refill at the ship. I don't see him do that too often.
Well, I think the power bombs were the very likely reason why.
Yeah, yeah. He's
So.
got maybe a little PTSD from yesterday, or not yesterday, the last race. All right, so Sloters is heading into Torian at 4130.
Oh my goodness, that's so
Fast.
quick.
Yeah, yeah. This seed, I mean, charge, double suits, very straightforward. Was lacking quite a bit of movement items for most of it, but um, yeah, I think this is going to be the fastest match of the three. At least
Oh,
for start.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Cutie coming out of Meridia here. Won't be too far behind, but as far as their close matches have been, quite a bit farther than normal, I would say.
Oh, and I think Sloter's got 2 PB drops.
Of course he did.
And looks like Sloter's is just finishing up here.
Yeah, see if he gets another one. Oh, he
Oh,
got another one.
I think that was 2 actually.
4 drops.
Yeah. Wow.
That's hilarious. I bet after those drops he's a little mad. Oh jeez. Not really. Well, I don't know. I thought I'd do worse for him. So I was thinking no chance of baby skip, but you never know. Maybe they could X-ray climb over the baby.
At that point, I think it would be a little bit slower. But if it was baby skip percent.
Baby skip percent. I like it. Oh man, Cutie's still oh no, he needed some power bombs. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thought he was gonna peek it back a gauntlet for
Oh
an extra
yeah,
pack.
because oh yeah, Cutie needed to use a power bomb to get to Terminator first. While
Yeah.
Sloter's just had the speed booster to get through it.
Yeah. So Sloter's here. See if he gets this Zeb skip. Oh, not first try. Probably has enough ammo for this not to be really necessary, but if he gets it maybe second or third try, it'll probably still be faster. Eventually. Faster.
Yeah.
There he goes. Alright, so Sloaters is through the Zeb skip. Um, no option to do a stand-up glitch, so that should be pretty straightforward Mother Brain fights. And um, yeah, I mean, of course, anything can go wrong, but there's not a lot that could really trip Sloaters
Yeah.
up at this point.
Ooh. Looks like Cutie got a power bomb drop, but needed two.
Yeah, I mean, when it rains, it pours kind of deal. And Slower's already almost done with Mother Brain 1.
Yep. On a side note, one thing I've seen is that I don't think we saw a single reserve tank.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I think you're right.
And that's something I've never seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. This this crazy seed where they pretty much didn't check anything led to no reserves ever popping up their ugly heads. That's crazy. Don't know what happened with Cutie's stream here. Did it freeze for?
Yeah, I don't believe Cutie quit because I don't see a dot quit in the SRL chat, so probably just some issues. And there we go. Looks like it's all
Yeah.
caught up again.
He was just hiding. He just hit his stream for a little bit, making it look like he wasn't farming power bombs. And the baby Metroid is down.
Just while we're here, guess now would be a good time to say, be sure to follow all the runners, and be sure to follow Speed Gaming. There's so many Speed Gaming channels, 1 through 6, and I believe there's a Spanish channel as well.
Speed Gaming Deportes.
I'm not sure, honestly, but
Oh, I was just joking.
yeah, okay.
Like ESPN Deportes.
We need Speed Gaming the Ocho
Yeah, I like it.
for the American Dad speedruns.
Yeah, but definitely shout outs to Cheaty on tracking too, and all the good people at Speed Gaming for help for basically hosting the playoffs here of the Metroid Randomizer League. We are almost done with the round of 16. I think there's another game 3 coming up over this weekend, which should be awesome, and maybe 1 or 2 more games.
Yep. It's looking pretty good for a sub 50 time for Sloaters here.
Yeah.
With a nice behemoth spark off the right side, and Cutie's refilling. Yep, and Sloaters finishes with an SRL first place time of 49 minutes and 36 seconds. GG.
GG to him, just barely coming in under that 50. And yeah, strong finish for Sloaters. Uh, didn't really see his early game looked like he was just getting warmed up, but man, did he bolt after he got that gravity suit?
Yeah, like seeing both suits early is can be ridiculous at times on how fast the seeds can be.
Yeah, yeah. And Cutie, they played a great series here, had a great season. Gonna finish it off here with one last Mother Brain fight, but definitely follow them as well. I think, if I maybe I'm wrong though. I guess I'll check this one before saying it, but let's see. Oh no, yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, Cutie had the fifth seed there, and a sub hour overall or average time for these. So um, had a great season, and is a great runner. So definitely keep checking them out. Cutie in the SRL going over all the items he doesn't have.
Yeah.
I am definitely curious to see this spoiler log though, because
Yeah, see where ices, bombs, high jumps, space jump, screw attack.
yeah, all the items in the game pretty much. Oh, power bombs at bomb. Let's see, grapple, gravity, bombs, bombs at screw attack. So they could have gotten out of screw attack room.
Yeah. Ice at missile gravity suit, so that's upper Rex ship.
Yep.
Wow, what a
Yes.
location.
Screw attack at spring ball. No one's going there. High jump at wreck ship E tank. That was pretty out of the way for this seed. Space jump at plasma. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ice and speed and high jump were at Rex ship, which means, yeah, like going between the silver doors was the silver doors were required.
Yeah. What Cutie's done with Mother Brain? And just the escape to go, having a little bit of a slower time without the speed booster.
But I would still say this is still a really good time.
Oh yeah, I
Like
mean,
anything sub hour is really great.
yeah, and I mean, still a faster time than, well, yeah, probably still going to be a faster time than their average in the league, according to the spreadsheet. So, um, yeah, really played a nice race and just got a few unlucky breaks, a few unfortunate decisions. How it always goes.
Oh, oh, they were saying bombs are at GT. Okay, so
Yeah.
they could have checked GT and gotten out.
Yep. And it probably would not have been worth it for bombs.
Nope.
So, but yeah, they definitely could have gotten out. Cutie, gonna give us one last look at our precious animals down here.
Always good to make Metroid Fusion canon in the Metroid lore.
Yep. And we do see Cutie here heading onto the ship. And that is going to be an official SRL time for Cutie. In 1 second. There we go. There they go. Of 55 seconds, or 55 minutes, 13 seconds.
Wasn't that fast of a seed?
No. Felt like it with the early seeds.
Yeah,
So,
GG's.
yep, GG to Cutie. Do we know if
And
either are going to join?
I don't think so. They
No?
didn't want to interview the last time either. So, guess it wasn't. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Wait.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching a great race. It looks like we might get one or both of the runners in for a quick chat here. So stick around for a few minutes, see how they thought about the races and all of that.
Looks like we won't be getting Cutie, but we will be getting Sloaters.
Oops, sorry, Alfonso. Hey,
Oh, no problem.
if I'm reading this right, does this mean the Sloaters' next match is going to be against Kip? Is that what we're seeing here? Any idea?
I am not sure.
Okay. Well,
I
in
don't have
any
this
case,
spreadsheet open right now.
welcome, Sloaters. GG. Great game.
Thank you.
Any
Welcome.
any initial thoughts on this one?
That was, I mean, it was kind of cool. I got to use the like the gray doors by Dragon to get there instead of like, going through Batwoon. So
Yeah.
I haven't been able to do that before in the boss randos. So that was neat.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those items that would have gotten you through were locked up in wrecked ships, so it was mostly required, it seemed like.
Yeah, I forgot to look at the credits. I didn't see where all of them were, but
Yeah, I think
mean,
Ice
yeah,
was in there too.
I think Ice was
Oh,
at
really?
bowling, and High Jump was also locked behind
E-Tank.
the ghost. Yeah.
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 And you found Speed Booster up there too, so.
Yeah, it definitely gave you a good end of the game speed there. Faster escape, all that.
Yeah, it was funny. I was planning on checking that, like as soon as I got there, and then I thought, gonna grab this on the way out, anyways. I might as well do it now. The one item that would like suck is like speed booster for the Ridley fight, and then it ended up being speed, which kind of messed up my fight. So, but I better grab that afterwards.
Ah, gotcha. Looks like you had some good pogos from Ridley, though. Not too many swoops from what I remember.
Yeah, it didn't affect the fight too much, but it's it's just a little annoying sometimes.
Okay. Any thoughts on any of the other races? I don't know that we ever really talked to you about those.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the first one through, and I like kind of skimmed through the second one, and I'm really glad they both seem to be pretty close races.
Yeah.
The first one, I was feeling really bad the whole time, but when I found Charge Beam, I kind of thought that might be the thing that like keeps me from losing. Um,
Yeah.
and I was really happy with just my execution in general in that game, especially once I like found all the items after Ridley. But the second game, I was having a hard time. I was missing a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of time doing the croc escape, and then the PB drop Centaurian was a bummer.
Yeah. And then getting getting trolled again today with what was it, 4?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at least 3, but I think it was 4. So
Yeah.
yeah, love this video game.
Yeah, the last room we saw 2 PBs on screen.
Yeah. So just just trying to keep you in check there, remind you who's boss.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the Zeb skip definitely faster today too, and than that game one. So, or the game two, I guess it was. Sorry. So that definitely helped. How'd you feel about the route in this one with the boss randomizer? I mean, it seemed pretty straightforward. Was there anything you would have changed, or still would have gone the same route?
Yeah, I think I still would have. I felt like I did the best I could. I mean,
Okay.
checking alpha power bombs didn't really help because I didn't get plasma until the very end. But I mean,
Yeah.
other than that, I felt like, and also I probably should have grabbed spacer, but I was kind of kind of mad about seeing it, so I just ducked out of there.
Yeah, you both
Yeah.
did the same thing. You looked at it, it sort of paused a little, and then just noped out of it. And yeah, I think I did comment that I would have liked to see you pick it up, but both games and in this one, if Cutie had picked it up, I think he kept picking up Spazer and then almost immediately picking up Plasma right after. So um, I'm pretty sure that's probably why he skipped it.
Yeah, I mean, since it was Chozo, I was kind of thinking like, well, there's a pretty good chance I'll run into plasma anyways because I was gonna just like bank on charge the whole time, and then funny
Yeah.
enough, I get plasma after I beat all the bosses. So
Yep. Yeah, and only one vanilla boss, so it was randomized in an interesting way, making that almost making that high jumpless gravity jump there. I think that was probably the best route. I mean, you guys did it, so it probably was.
yeah, I mean, you couldn't really go up unless you got like a ton of ammo to deal with Ridley, and even then, you can't
Hmm.
like get the items up there. So yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I think we both. I know Cutie went to the ship before Meridia, but I think we both pretty much routed it like the best you could, give or take some of the miscellaneous checks we did.
Yeah, it did seem like Cutie had a little trouble. I guess remembering like the fastest ways in and out of Meridia for that situation, which doesn't always come up because those doors are always locked. But did finally get through it and still had a great time. I mean, super fast, 50, what was it, 55 something? So, yeah. Any other questions, Alfonso? Or
Well, no, I think I'm pretty good. That was very good races from both of you. I really enjoyed watching like the whole series.
so I guess I've never seen those wall jumps in a race. How hard are those?
They're pretty hard. I would say I can pretty much always get it like in under a minute. So sometimes, I'll get it really fast. And other times I'll kind of be stuck there for a while, like I was this time. Um, they're definitely tough, but they're not too tough where I think um, I like shouldn't go for it in a race if I have to, like kind of like this race was.
Yeah, you guys were neck and neck up until like halfway through Lore Warfare. It was one of those close races, and then yeah, Cutie just kind of I'm not exactly sure what happened. Just seemed to lose it a little bit. So because yeah, he actually got those wall jumps like second try. That was crazy.
Yeah, but I'll just say good game to Cutie. I
Yeah.
was really excited that this was gonna be like the first round of the playoffs for me, just because he beat me in the regular season, and then I had to do
Oh, okay.
the play-in race pretty much because of him. And he's kind of had my number in like all the other tournaments we've been in, so feels good finally getting a win
Ah,
against him in one of these.
so
Yeah,
this is your revenge.
yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, definitely. GG to both of you. You played a great race. Thanks for joining us and putting on a great show. Any last other last comments before you go?
Yeah, just thanks for doing the commentary, guys. It's always much appreciated. I'm looking forward to watching this one back as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's it for me. Good game.
yeah, great, great. Thanks.
Mhm.
GG to Sloaters, and yeah, of course, continue to follow, watch Speed Gaming, Metroid Randomizer League, all the places. Follow Sloaters, Cutie, Alfonso, Cheaty on Tracker. I'm sure some commands will get thrown in. But as far as the playoffs go, we do still have another round of 16 playoff match coming up. I believe it is Rosu versus Kelcharge still left in the round of 16. And I think there's a game 3 of somebody.
Cross product and
Cross,
I
yeah,
can't
Cross
pronounce
and Dirksu.
Sharksu. Okay, I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
try to pronounce that just yet.
Yeah, so it looks like by the schedule, Rosu and Kelcharge will be playing tomorrow at 4 p.m. on the main Speed Gaming channel. So putting on a good show there on Speed Gaming, the original. And then Sunday we'll be seeing Cross and Dirksu and another hype game 3 at 4 p.m. as well. So basically, such clocks for 4 p.m. I think that's Eastern. So whatever that is, probably like 9 GMT or something. But in any case, tune back in for the next 2 playoff races, Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, thanks for joining me, Alfonso. It was awesome to get on comms with you again.
Yeah, I'm glad it was. I'm glad we were able to close it out.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And good night to all you viewers. We'll see you next mission.
See ya.